Hello, it's Sunday. Oh, drop my needle, of course. I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys, seeing what's been going on, and knitting some ribbing. I think my phone just gave me the notification. Yep. Hello, Lisa. Oh my goodness. Hello. Yep. Hello. Cindy, I was thinking about you today while I was not today, yesterday while I was sewing doll clothes for the doll. Hey, Rox and Aaron and Catherine, look at this. This is fast. I know, Sarah. Thank you. It wouldn't have been good. Let's just leave it at that. It wouldn't have been good. So what is everybody working on? I want to hear. Has everybody been spinning? Hello, Venus. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. I think I'm back up and running. I don't want to. I took a couple days. We took a couple days where we did nothing. And I mean nothing, but stare at each other and like sit on the couch. And then I started to keep myself busy. So I've been sewing a lot. Sarah said I've been making more socks. I'm obsessed. Rock said I just finished plying some wool. I like it. Wham. Wool alpaca mohair that she got at the farmer's market. Wow, you can get wool at your farmer's market to spin. Hello, Andra. Hello, Craft Design. She said, finished my sweater spin last night. Ooh, pictures today. All right. I lost my place in my ribbing. Hey, Rico. Rico said, hi there, knitting front panel for shirt. Erin is still spinning an hour a day. Wow. Trudging through this 3.5 pounds of alpaca. Yes, Venus said everyone needs some serious downtime sometimes. You know what? I sewed a lot. And I don't know. I feel like all those doll clothes have made my sewing skills really come along. I'm not quite where I'd like to be, but they've come a long way. Hello, Rachel and Kelly. Anne's here. She said, "Oop, our queen is here." Oh, I'm going to remember today. Please try to hit the like if you can. Look at me. Kelly said, folding laundry as usual. Mine's all done, Kelly, but not folded yet. Hello, Stabby. Hello, Kai. Kai said, hey, guys. Playing with my new Bosworth spindle a follower sent to me. Hope everyone is well. That's so nice. Do you love it, Kai? Hello, Rebecca. How are you? How is everyone? I do feel like I was gone for such a long time. Anne said, yay for sewing. That is always my go-to therapy. I've been sewing for over 50 years. So I was 5. I was in kindergarten when I learned. So I've been sewing for 45 years, but not the whole time. Does that make sense? Carrie said, Bosworth spindles are beautiful. You know what? I can't even picture them. You know me, I'm not a spindle person, really. I mean, I am more now than I used to be. Hello, Bonnie. Katie said, hi. Oh, it's Drew up. Just signed in on my alternate account, just saying hi before I go to sleep. Hello. John just came in. He was cleaning up my Swift. It was like, had resistance and, oh, thank you. Thanks. Sarah, they're saying hi to you. Sarah says hi, John.
And hey, everybody.
Thanks, that looks so good. I was winding this yarn that I'm knitting with today, and I mentioned that there was like tension on my Swift, and I thought it was because the center spindle was like a little bit gummy, like goopy, you know what I mean. And so he fixed it for me. Rhonda said hi too.
Hi, Rhonda.
Okay. Let me get my stuff back here. Okay. Let's see. Stabby said I just ordered a fancy wooden Swift for myself. I think you'll probably really like it, Stabby. Where did you get it? Anne said, I'm even in the apparel industry for my career. I was a pattern maker and technical designer for decades. Wow. Elizabeth, hi. Congratulations. Lisa said, good man. Always. He's always making things better around here. It is wonderful. Kai said, I'm loving it. Usually I don't like top whirl spindles, but this one is so balanced. Hey, John. Kai said, hi.
Hey, Kai.
Andrew said, still working on my Frankie. Oh, Frankie singles on my Turkish spindle. This spin is going on forever. How do you like it, though? Elizabeth said hi, too. Rebecca said to Anne, that's so cool. It is really cool. I wish that clothing was more like something I felt confident about, but maybe after I sew for a while, I'll feel more confident, right? I mean, I'm making clothing. It's just teeny tiny. Venus said, I got my 2 polypay fleeces skirted and mailed up to the fiber mill. Man, I hate skirting very dirty fleeces. I do like the roving trade-offs. It is true. Stabby said, I got it from Etsy. I can look up which shop if anyone is interested. Ooh, Rebecca made her first roll legs. That's fun. Like on a blending board, or what did you use? Cards, traditional. Tell me. Linda said, hello, everyone sitting outside knitting. It's so beautiful here today. We're actually getting, is it still raining?
Oh, yeah.
It's still raining here. Tina said, yeah, so happy to see you and your beautiful smile. You know, sometimes you just got to take a minute. Anne said, oh, John must be like my husband. He says he's here to protect and serve. Do you feel that way? That you're here to protect and serve?
Yeah, more or less.
He said, yeah, more or less. Hey, Nyla. Anne said if you can make tiny, you can make big. You know what? I feel like the tiny stuff is actually a little bit harder. Like, I just finished a dress. It'll be in the video on Tuesday. I just showed it at the beginning really quickly. And it has, like, these tiny little ruffles. It's just such itty-bitty work, you know? Rebecca said, yes, blending board, had a blast, spinning up lovely. That's nice. Fun. It's like a whole new world when you start doing that. Savvy said, I've been avoiding mowing the lawn for weeks. Have to push mow the backyard at some point. Oh, yes. Thanks, Rebecca. Catherine said, got my Louette spinning wheel and working on learning how to spin on it. Ooh. Oh my goodness, 116. Rhonda said it was 116 there. And are you in Abilene, Rhonda? I don't know why I can't remember all the time. It's because you moved. Nobody can move. Once I learn where you live, you can't move. Angie said, I love the BFL silk braid you sent. Which one was it, Angie? She said, it's my first hand-dyed braid, so I'm excited. Oh, do I remember? She said, I need to decide how. That's one of my biggest, like, slowdowns, Angie. Hello, Crystal. Kathy said, good morning, all. I'm finishing up a weave of some hand-spun art yarn I made a few years ago. I got an inkle loom. So excited to get started later today. Any inkle weavers among us? I know we have some. Are any here right now? Andrew said, I'm glad to have something to spin while at my parents' place, but I'm ready to head home and get some variety in my spinning. Okay, Rebecca said, Trish, I can see an addiction of, it's awful, of making bats and roll eggs coming. Also got my first Mayan spindle, and I love it. That's fun. Hello, Abir. Abir, are you in Canada now? You are, aren't you? Rhonda said, yes, we're in Abilene. Okay, so I did remember. Yeah. Oh, oh, yes. I knew that, Angie. I guess I forgot that was BFL Silk. That's confused me for a second. Jennifer said she loves inkle weaving. Anne said, I highly recommend getting a serger too. That makes sewing more fun. Stay away from the big box store patterns. Bad instructions. I can give you some online resources if you'd like. That would be fine. you know, I've never really struggled with their instructions, to be honest. But I've sewed for so long, like I remember using them when they were even worse, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Rhonda said, "I'm a beginner inkle loom weaver." So we have some, yeah, we have some here even right now. Oh, good. Okay, a beer is at her mom's, so you're safely in Canada. It's such a big trip. I mean, it must be a really long. Is it like 20 hours plus of flights? Tina said, after 9 hours of kick spindle over 2 days, my leg is killing me. I had to bow out on day 3. It's. I think we've all done stuff like that, Tina. Kai said, I love my Mayan spinner. Isn't it fun? Crystal asked what I'm knitting. I am knitting I just started a pair of socks so that I could knit today. Jennifer said to Anne, I would love online resources. I got a serger and still have not used it yet. 14 nonstop. Oh my goodness. I cannot imagine being on a plane for 14 hours straight. Rock said my grandma once had a pattern that's painstakingly stated to match right sides together, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And then she came to the step that said install gusset. What? Uh-oh. I gotta start my camera again. Hang on. Sorry. Angie said, is the Mayan spinner the one like a football rattle? Please tell me this is gonna work. Of course this would happen today, right? We gotta... Okay. And then we gotta do it again. I still don't know if this is actually... Oh, no. Hang on. Okay. Makes me think it's my camera. Jennifer said it's just sitting under my sewing table. Carrie said 2 hours is my plane limit before I start to get too antsy. June said, hi all, too hot here in California. Glad to see you, Trish. Hi, John. M spinning Fiber Love Diary, Rambouillet top, and love spinning it so smooth and soft. Hey, did that work? What? Hang on. Okay. It's not frozen anymore. Rebecca said, oh, the paddle spinner. That's right. Yes. I remember that now. So it's just a plain sock. I froze up, so I didn't want to show you right then. The yarn is stuff that I dyed. Most of it's already sold. I just kept one. And then I'll try to show you how it's knitting up, but it's not gonna... It's pretty cool. Angie said that's the one, Rebecca. Rhonda said I used to have a Mayan spindle. They're fun. I used to use it in the car on trips. That's smart. Kathy said I love having my serger. I got it on Amazon. It is the Simple Brother. There are a lot of YouTube videos on the brand. So I have a Baby Lock sewing machine, and I believe they are or were owned by Brother. They're very similar, and I have a Brother embroidering machine, and I love them. I think I'll always buy Brother and Baby Lock. Ian said I'll make a post of my favorite brands of patterns. When my son was little, I did a lot of... Is it Berta? I think it was a lot of Berta patterns. I made him a lot, like all of his pajamas, and because that's when they were making pajamas flame retardant and they were gross. You guys remember that? Oh my gosh. Baby pajamas. Rhonda said, yes, Angie, it's like what we know as a football spinner. Thanks, Crystal. It's been sitting on my shelf this whole time, and I've been thinking, really, I just wanted to knit plain socks with it because it's got so much going on. So I finally decided it's time. I have not been knitting very much lately. I've been doing other stuff. Tina said, June, what part of California? 90. Okay, just checking that I'm on the right place in my ribbing. 90 degrees here so far in the North Bay. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Sarah said, that yarn is so beautiful. Thanks. Oh gosh. Anne said, those are my favorite colors. Oh, they are. That's right. Except there's no orange in this. It's like gold, and it's actually kind of a slightly purpley blue, and then the whatever color, berry color, I guess. Kai said, I have to go. Bye, Kai. Spending time with family. See y'all soon. Rock said, looking for some advice about maximum staple length for drum carding. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't really like more than about 4 to 5 inches. And that kind of depends on how springy it is. For me, anything longer than that doesn't usually come out the way I want it to. But it kind of depends on what you want to get. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but Stabby said I always end up stabbing myself when I use double point needles. That's a skill all in itself. It's been so long that that's what I've used that I really don't even think about it. And like, you're only using 2 at once, and then the rest is all just kind of like hanging there and flapping around. So, but there's all kinds of other ways to do it, and that's what's cool about all of it. You know, you can just find the method that works best for you and the type of needles that works best for you, and then go with that. Okay, Anne said, there's some great indie pattern companies. You buy the PDF and have them printed. Okay. This is one of the questions I've had about this, Anne. Do you go have them printed like at Staples or something like that? Or do you print it yourself on normal size sheets and then put them together? Rock said, I think I'm just too impatient to comb an entire fleece, at least at this point in my spinning life. Okay, Crystal said comb it by bites. I think, have you tried carding a sample? Because if it were me and I wasn't sure, I would do that first. And then if the sample doesn't come out that a way that you like it, start spinning something else and do just what you can. Do just what Crystal is suggesting. So start spinning something else, and while you're spinning something else, comb it in like sections. Don't comb forever, all like in one long thing. Anne said, I like using DPNs, but I'm a 2 at a time sock knitter. So I have done that, but because I don't look and I don't really pay that close of attention, I don't like changing the yarn back and forth. You know what I mean? Like when I get to the other one. So, but I can see why that's a nice method. Crystal said that's the only way to eat an elephant. I'm really curious what everybody is like spinning, knitting. Has anybody started knitting their Tour de Fleece yarns and stuff yet? Rock said, haven't carded yet. I think I was worried that if it was too long, it would get gummed up in the carder. To get it gummed up in the carder, it would have to be like 12 inches long. So it won't get gummed up. It's more like, how are you going to like the finished project, and is it going to spin well for you? But I don't think you'll still be able to take it off. It might be a little bit more like grippy, but you'll still be able to get it off. Because I have carded long stuff. Anne said there are online resources for printing too. Staples is too expensive. I upload the PDF and they mail them back in a couple of days. It's like having a master. Oh, so you can customize your fit. I see. Crystal said I comb with those onion comb things. Not exactly efficient, but I get through it. I don't know what those are. Hello, Athena. Angie said I've carded 6 to 7 inch Romney. Okay, it's tough enough. Yeah, what kind of staple are we actually talking about, Rox? Anne said I have definitely knitted socks together. I think that's what I would do because I don't really look, as you guys know. So I feel like that's what I would end up doing a lot. Rhonda said, has anyone heard of or used Culinary Colors dyes made by Knit One Crochet 2? I was gifted a set of 10 colors. She said she has had it for a while and never used it. Nice. I have not. Is it acid dyes? Hello, Sarah. She said, I'm working on cutting interfacing for a new dress and 2 blouses. Wow. Also started my first crochet sweater this week. Craft design is the sweater spin was my TDF spin. Rock said, okay, great, thanks. Carrie said, I've heard some people do 2 at a time on DPNs by having 2. I've heard of that. 2 sets going, doing ribbing on one, then the other leg. I have heard that. Kate, hello. Just started some south down soaking. I've done some sampling already. I was so surprised the difference the draft method makes. 15 yards short forward and almost 25 long draw. Wow, what a difference. Holy cows. Elisa said, I'm starting shorty socks on DPNs. Usually some use magic loop, but want to try the DPNs. Oh, 5 to 6. You should be fine. I would. What's the breed, Rox? And I'm only asking for like spring and spin and all that. Stabby said I'm behind on all my goals. Been having a tough year. I'm with you, girl. I'm knitting a pair of socks currently and started a crochet shawl. Things are starting to look up now that I started a new job. Congratulations. That's fun. It's usually fun for the first 6 weeks. Then you find out. Maybe it'll be fun forever. Tina said I'm crocheting a baby blanket right now, but for an order with acrylic yarn, spinning at the fair right now, and then another baby blanket order, then hopefully move on to Tour de Fleece projects. Also, who is going to the Michigan Fiber Festival? We're having a party that weekend with the kids. Sarah's working on dinner already and washing dishes. Stabby said feeling a lot more like myself, and for the first time since 2009, I no longer work weekends. Anne said congrats on the new job. Rhonda said it says it's kitchen safe, eco friendly for animal fibers. I have to look that up. Linda said finishing up a test knit for Bluebird Box. It's color work pullover. She's collaborating with Brooklyn Tweed. It's a beautiful pattern. You can't go wrong with Brooklyn Tweed. Rock said one is Coopworth, which is silky. The other is a sample of Black Nose Valet, which is coarse. I personally would, off the top of my head, say that I would try carding both of those first before I tried anything else. Because neither of those is going to be super, super fine, probably. Kathy said, I'm putting my Tour de Fleece burgundy yarn in the local fair. That's exciting. I need to measure it today. Then I will knit a sample to see what it wants to be. That's fun. When does it start, Kathy? Kate said, in fairness to the short forward, I measured the wool in each sample based on combed nests, which weren't weighed ahead of time. I'm not the most scientific. I get it. Elizabeth's going to Michigan. Sarah said we eat dinner for lunch. Lunch. I gotcha. Got it. Stabby said thank you. Anne. Crystal said, oh, I made a natty out of PVC pipe. Do you love it? Because I love mine. And I don't see myself ever buying one that's not PVC because it's just fine for me. Anne said she's going. She's taking a friend from Texas. That's fun. Sarah said, my daughter and I are going. That's fun too. Lisa said, I'd love to go to Michigan Fiber Fest, but still, oh, your foot, Lisa. How are you doing? I forgot about your foot. I'm sorry. We got a couple injuries. Carrie Mountain said, hola, I'm hanging out in southern Arizona this week. I bet every one of you is cooler than we are. Maybe not Rhonda. How hot are you, Carrie? Oh my gosh, I'm frozen again. Hang on. Just talk amongst yourselves. uh, Crystal said oh wait. Kiri said I'm not sure if I'm going. I definitely don't need any fiber. Same girl. Rock said I appreciate expertise and advice. Thanks. It's funny, we were talking about this recently that I just don't really feel like an expert, but also what is an expert? If it's 10,000 hours, then I am one. You know? Oh, good night, nurse. This camera today. Oh shoot. And I'm missing stuff. I hate it. Let's try it again. Elizabeth said, you were really frozen. It looked like your teeth were chattering. Athena said, I'm working on a crochet flower rattle design. I need some baby gifts, and I thought a handmade something would be cute. Still figuring out how I want the petals to be. The stem is pretty perfect, though. Oh, Rox, that actually does make me feel better. Like, they say 10,000 hours is what makes you an expert, so... Carrie said, thank you, Anne. Yeah, I saw that. Carrie said she's not gonna... See, I got it. She's not gonna be vending because they didn't accept her. And I'm not okay with that. I think we all know that. Another friend of mine didn't get accepted last year. I don't think she applied this year, and I didn't like that. Rebecca said, I wish I could go to Michigan, but I'm going to Seattle in September, and I'm out of vacay travel days. Kim said, I always have to look for the pieces of mine because 7-year-old regularly turns it into... Oh, no, your PVC Nitty Nutty. Angie said, I'm going to have to start dinner. Bye for now. Bye, Angie. Kim said, my PVC... Yes. I figured you out. Rock said 10,000. That's what I think. 10,000 hours is when they say you're an expert, but maybe that's the key. When you actually are an expert is when you find out that there is still so much to learn. Maybe that's it. Kathy said the fair deadline to submit is this Friday. The fair is in Monroe, Washington from end of August to Labor Day. This will be the first year I ever submitted anything. Personal fear overcome. That is so... Did you already do it? That's so exciting. You're welcome, Carrie. I mean it too. I don't like that. There's been some stuff about the way that they handle things that has made me feel not as in love with it, whatever. And part of it is the way that they'd rather leave open spots and just pick the same old vendors instead of letting new vendors in. And they're Michigan vendors. Like, these are the people you should be letting in. What are you doing? Lisa said 1 more week with Cass, then back in boot. Oh, a scooter to have for Alpena Fair week, since my grandkids will have animals in it. Oh, that's fun. Also, I'll be participating in the Sheep to Shawl project. Lisa, will you be at the Northern Michigan thing in September? Because I'm thinking about going. And that's in Alpena, I think. Alpena's in Northern Michigan, in case anybody's like, what? Aaron said yes to rocks. Carrie Mountain said today's highs will be 109. So you guys are close in the temps. She said yesterday it was 116 in Abilene. Is anyone here spinning for the Tour de Fleece Femme? And what, like, are you happy with your Tour de Fleece? How it went? How it finished up? Is everybody happy with it? Athena said to Rox, well, since wisdom is knowing you don't know, you must be very wise. Carrie said, my daughter has put fiber stuff in the fair. Surprisingly, she won county, but it might have been because there was little competition. That doesn't mean she's not great. Tina said, I entered my husband's drop spindles in the fair and he got 2 firsts, 1 second, and a third. He didn't know I entered them. So was it in what categories? Woodworking and tools or something? I'm curious. Um, Carrie said, yeah, OMG 116. Hello, Alice. Alice said, teaching a younger friend to crochet. That's so nice. Stabby said, thinking about fairs, festivals. Oh, shoot, I better get started on my Bigfoot hat again. It's too late for me, and I thought about doing it last year and put it on my calendar to submit stuff, and I still missed the deadline. Hi, Alice said, how are we feeling? We're like this. But I'm really thankful that I'm in therapy right now because I had this like outlet and I already had some tools going, and we're just, I don't know when I might cry. So Rock said, I was thrilled with my Tour de Fleece. I finally fell in love with spinning. I still remember when that happened to me. And it did take a while for me. Um, I've mentioned many times that in December I really wanted to just throw the wheel out in the snow in the front yard and forget it. Stabby said, TDF was so much fun. I need to set aside time for spinning. Uh-oh, Rebecca lost audio. Did anybody else? I don't think so. Craft Design said, this was best TDF ever. No pressure, just fun. Woo! It was very fun. Kate said, super happy, but already lost the habits and need to reclaim them. Yeah, me too, probably. Tina said, wood turning and layered wood both. I also entered 2 of his bowls. Nice. Venus said, I love the TDF. Got an old spin finished and a new spin done during it. Wow. Kate said, Tina, that's so awesome. Catherine said, it's only 101. It's only 101 in El Paso. Lisa said, absolutely will be at the Northern Michigan planning classes on Saturday to learn how to spin cotton. If you and John are considering camping, remember you have a spot on our camp area. Oh my gosh, we are considering camping. Maybe we'll talk. He may have already got something. And we also weren't sure. I don't know. Jennifer said, it was my second TDF. I started out strong and then seemed to drift off. I hope to be more consistent next year. It's fine. Jennifer, you did fine. If you did not spin every day, you did great. Peggy G said, learning to weave at 69. I love it. How's it going? Tina said, I had one with spun Angora so they knew what they were. Oh, that makes sense. Crystal said, my TDF went well. I still have to package and sent the lace weight. Where is the lace weight going? Oh, okay. Rebecca said, I got it back. Okay. June said, great job, Kathy. I judged our local fair, Fresno, for years. Loved spinning at the fair. So many questions from the kids. Blah, blah, blah. Athena said, I'm spinning the Tyroler. I never know how to say that word. Mountain sheep wool I bought during the Tour de Fleece. The staple length is less than an inch, and I am not sure if this was such a good idea, but I'm learning to spin with it. Are you spinning it long draw? Gosh, that must be challenging. Catherine said, I love TDF this year. Learned a lot. Oh, oh, good. They're there, Kathy. Good. Kathy said she loved TDF and she got t-shirts. Oh, hello, Terry. Terry said, hi, Tribers. Just got here. TDF was fun. Elizabeth said, I love this TDF. I met my time goal, but not quite my quantity goal. But I'm totally cool with what I got done. Still need to ply 2 yards and finish all 4 of them. So it sounds like a lot of you guys are happy with your outcomes, I guess. I did not measure my yardage or anything. Thanks, Sarah. But I did get my time goals, and I am 2 full bobbins into the sweater spin. Remember this? I'm 2 full Hanson bobbins, so big giant bobbins. And I finished the Jacob spin, the sweater spin, where it was split into 3 colors. And I think I did something. I spun a whole package of silk hankies. And I think I did one more braid. That might be made up. I've lost track already. Hi, Jerry. Jerry said, just arrived. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. Jules said TDF was fun and totally happy with everything I got done. Spinning and other stuff, but the spinning was great. I didn't post everything, but it was satisfying for me to finish first pair of socks. Elizabeth said, "Oh, I got so much merch. My kids are so glad they are about to be unavailable for purchase." Oh yeah, that's right. That's only like 9 days away. I still haven't picked what tumbler I want because I'm only gonna let myself get one, and there's like probably 5 that I would like to get. So I don't know, but it was very fun. I thought that part was the most fun, making those, and like I got to see them ahead of time, picking them, doing all that. That was really really fun. Athena said, "Yes, I'm spinning long draw. I first made fluffy roll legs and I'm trying to not let the yarn break." I think that would be the most challenging part for me. Just because it's so short, it's going to be very hard to keep it together. Keep it together. So, she said also is sort of going, but it might become a bit ropey. I mean, to hold it together, you're just going to need so much twist. But have you actually plied any of it yet? Because sometimes when you ply it, it changes how much twist is in the singles and they become less ropey. Elizabeth said the tumbler. Which one did you get, Elizabeth? Was it day 1? I feel like it was day 2. I know I saw it. She said the tumbler is my favorite and my kids will not try to borrow it for sure. Maybe Anne is the one who got number 2. I love that one. That one is going to be a sticker that will go in packages later. I ordered like 5 or 6 of the first ones, and those stickers are going in orders now because the other ones, whatever, they're going in orders now for a little thank you gift. Okay, Athena said I haven't plied it yet. I hope it will be a bit better. It might improve it. Jerry said the brace is off. Good. So off my wrist, so I'm spinning and weaving again. I've got 4 dish towels going on my rigid heddle. How's that going, Jerry? You guys know I love the dish towels. I was seriously considering winding a new warp this week, but I just couldn't make myself get going on it. JD Salette said I tried to order stickers, but the site says my address is not valid. I have ordered before. I can do it behind the scenes. If you want to just send me an email or message me like on Facebook or whatever, I can do a direct order with the printer for you, and then we can like PayPal, Venmo, however you want to do it. So just if you still want to message me, if you're over it, that's okay too. No problem. Terry said the one thing that I got out of TDF was practicing my spinning left-handedly. It's not as hard on my thumb because it's my left thumb, so I'm getting more consistent with it. That's interesting. Very early on, I did switch because I wasn't sure which hand felt the most natural for drafting. I forgot about this, honestly. I haven't thought about it in a long time. And I switched a lot, but I haven't switched recently at all. Venus said 2 weeks ago here in Iowa, we got up to 115. That sounds awful. You mean like the feels like temp, or it actually was 115 with the dew point and humidity? Today we have a cold front. We do too. And we are only at 69 at 1:30. I like the cold front much better. Yeah, but this morning it was like 62 degrees here, which is cool. I'm just looking to see what the temp is now. 65 only. And it's raining. Catherine said, is there a way to get... No, I know, Catherine. She said, is there a way to get all the Tour de Fleece stickers without ordering each one individually? There is currently not. And I've been trying to get them to work with me to make a set, basically. I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to work with a different kind of printer. So I think I probably will do it. Um, I'm trying. I know this isn't ideal for if you want the whole set. Athena said perhaps this wool was meant for felting. You know what? You could be onto something for real. Does it felt okay? Katrina said Tour de Fleece was so much fun. Now I'm so inspired to spin that instead of working with the yarn I made, I'm starting in a... Oh, no, why do you guys give me these names? Wasant Fleece? My first double coated fleece, and I'm not entirely sure how to start. It depends on if you want to spin it all together, if you want to separate it. Yes, feels like 115. Oh, 98 real temp. Ooh. Carrie said I'm really happy with my Tour de Fleece accomplishment. I've put processing aside for now, though, to make a bunch of bats. Do you have a show coming up, Carrie? Or are you just doing more on... Tell me, why are you making all the bats? Terry said it helps that I am ambidextrous, and I've always been able to switch back and forth between my hands. Rhonda said she still needs to wash the yarn. Do you know what? I did not wash mine yet. I actually just like bundled up the sweater yarns together. I didn't wash mine yet either. I probably should. Kate said I switched. Also, I started with my supply in my right and pinching with my left, but now I'm opposite. June asked, did you make... Yes, I have made... Yes, I've made quite a few towels on my rigid head of looms, and I like, for towels, I like 8-2 cotton, but I like to double it for the warp and use single for the weft on my rigid head of loom. But if it's on my floor loom, I'm liking more just single. Peggy, the next one I want to do is the Bertha's, I think it's called Bertha's Towels in hand woven. I did that pattern once before. It's an overshot pattern, and I made beautiful towels that I love. They're in our guest bathroom, actually. They're not dish towels. And I want to do it again with totally different colors. So that's what I think I'm going to do next. Peggy G said, recently finished my second attempt at dish towels. Dish towels are a hard starting beginner project, Peggy, so good job. She said, on my rigid head of loom. Rebecca said, my favorite outcome of Tour de Fleece was learning woolen. I love it. It's a whole new ball game. It's not necessarily better, but it's like a whole big tool in your arsenal, you know? Expanding her knowledge of how different breeds and how spinning works. Rico said, my loom flew with our last storm. Stripped a few screws. I'll have her running in no time. Oh my goodness, Rico, that sounds terrible. Rebecca said, I need to use what I made, but I can't stop spinning right now. I'm sure it will come. It probably will. I think a lot of us go in like streaks. Like lately, I have not been doing any knitting except for Hexies for the blanket. Is that the only thing I've been knitting? I think that's it. Carrie said, I just sent a bunch of bats to a shop in Lake Orion. I know some of you guys are going to think that I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's right. I hate that. For their pop-up art market, I have a trunk show at a shop in Perry at the end of next month, and then Ann Arbor in October. That's exciting. Awesome. Jet said, what's your favorite loom for making things out of your hand spun? My rigid head of loom. And what I have, that I just have an Ashford rigid head of loom. It's not fancy. And what floor loom do you have? I have two Harrisville looms. I have a 4 shaft that's 22 inches wide, and I have a 8 shaft that's 36 inches wide. Athena said, if this yarn will not be what I want, I will try and felt it. It will just go with it. She said, I will just go with the flow. It's a learning process. I really think, and I know I've said it before, that letting it tell you what it wants to be and not fighting it is going to make your journey more, like, joyful. You know what I mean? Anne said, I met my goal for Tour de Fleece and spin every day, but now all my wheels are sitting idle. I switched to 30 minutes of knitting every day so I can work down some of my whips. Well, I mean, if you only have 30 minutes a day, you got to figure out where to put it, right? And I don't want to say only as if it's not a lot, but I mean, for some of us, that's the limit that we have. Rhonda said, Rebecca, I find that when the weather is warm, I spin more. When it starts to cool off, I go back to knitting. That's interesting. I had a friend named Megan who used to say the same thing. As soon as it got hot out, she just would spin. Sarah said, I didn't meet my Tour de Fleece goal, but that is okay. I'll eventually get the bat done. You will. Carrie Mountain said, I'm wanting to use Aunt Lydia's crochet cotton for rigid heddle towels. Has anybody here tried this? Is it mercerized, Carrie? Because you can use it if it's mercerized, but it'll be I'm sorry, my brain. It's not as absorbent when it's been mercerized. I think that's why a lot of people don't use the crochet cottons. But I've snuck it into a towel or two when it was the only I have of the color that I want. Hello, Teresa. Carrie, it's Lake Orion. It's not Orion. It should be Orion, but it's not. Rhonda said our local library is doing crochet classes the first Wednesday of the month. See, you guys are gonna do this to me. Now I gotta say I'm a gurumi. That was probably wrong. They want sea animals made for a display. I've made a turtle and a starfish. Rhonda, I would love to see those. Would you please post a picture? Oh, Carrie. I hate that. And you know what? Also, we have a place called Milan, Michigan. Uh, it's Milan. Lisa said, after spinning the bats I purchased from you, Trish, I finally got brave and spun up a bat with fiber. I purchased fiber. I bought... Oh, I think you're saying a bat you bought from Napa Valley Fiber. Is that right? Rebecca said it really is how Trish said it. Melissa said, has anyone tried Rowan 100% cotton as a face cloth? I recently got some, but it says hand wash, lay flat to dry. Thanks, Carrie. I always wonder if I'm getting the emphasis wrong. You know, because like in Japanese, they do it differently. Rebecca said, used to live there. People pronounce city names really weird here in Indiana as well. Makes me crazy. Oh gosh, Jet asked what wheels I have. There is a video, Jet. But since then I have bought a electric eel wheel 6 and a Kromsky Minstrel. So I guess I have 7 wheels. Is that right? That can't be right. Elizabeth said, my son's girlfriend likes to crochet little octopi. Lisa said, funny you know you're from Michigan when you know how to... Yes, I hate that. Anne said, how would you say Bellefontaine, Ohio? That's how I would say it. That's probably wrong, right? Fountain? How do they say it? Rock said, we have New Prague in Minnesota, which if you say with a minute... Oh, New Prague. See, I didn't know that. Oh, we probably go around all over the Midwest and say crazy stuff that we don't know what we're saying. But I love it. Rhonda says, sure will post pictures. I'll try to remember to get a pic of the display. That would be really cool so far when I drop them off. Sarah said, Trish, I live in Ohio near the border of Kentucky, Indiana. Don't get me started about ridiculous city. I'm so glad some of you get it. Jet said, I'm up to 5 now and looking at another. They really do hurt. You know what, Jet? I feel like that's because you realize that each wheel has its limitation. It's not like, or it has its best skill, like its thing that it really does super great. And then another wheel will have something else. Another wheel will have something else. And it's not like I can't turn them down, but I see so much potential in them. Does that sound better? Okay, Queen Anne said it's pronounced Bell Fountain. I did not know that. We actually just when we were going to Texas, we had a, I think it was Texas, we had a disagreement on how to pronounce Ashtabula. Okay, Rebecca said, I'm not even sure if I said it right. Okay, I'm doing a spinning demo at our farmer's market in 2 weeks. I thought I'd take my kiwi and 2 spindles. Advice: people are going to have so many questions. What is, do you feel comfortable letting people try your wheel, Rebecca? Because sometimes people want to try. I have like helped with them. There used to be a heritage museum close to here, and I have spun there and kind of like took part in a sheep to shawl thing there, and people wanted to try. So be ready to either say, I can't really do that, or let them. You know what I mean? Rox said, I'm finally understanding that about wheels. I have just one, but now I'm starting to think about a double drive wheel. Oh. I really can't say anything. You know, I can't. I have no room to say, like, oh no, don't do that. You'll be fine. Rebecca said, Sarah, I live in Newcastle, Indiana. Maybe a meetup one day. Anne said to Sarah, where are you? I'm in the southern part of Dayton. We have so many Ohio people. Aaron said, my husband decided we had to buy our current house because of the town name Licking. It's pronounced Licking? Aaron. Really? Rebecca said, oh. She said, I see a meetup happening. Oh, that would be so nice. Carrie said, at shows, I don't let people try my wheel, but I keep a spindle on hand for people to try out. There you go. See? Because people want to try it, right, Carrie? And then if you're doing something that you don't feel comfortable with, you know, then what do? Karen said, my Luette spins lace. She sits and waits for me to want to spin lace or sock. I don't bother to ever change her. That's her best life. I feel that way. Exactly what you're saying, Karen. Like, that's her love. Even though it's in my head, that's how I see it. Rock said, I'm just thinking that the two things I knit the most are sweaters and socks, and I can't imagine being able to spin. You will be able to. Do you mean on the wheel you have now? If you want to, you'll be able to. I promise you. Anne said, if you have the room, try a Lendrum Saxony. Lisa said, our spinning group brings kiwi wheels to allow people to try spinning at the fair. We also have drop spindles too. That is so nice, Lisa, that they have some available. Tina said, we have a loom people can try, but I have not had anyone ask to try and spin. They are very intrigued how it works, though, so be prepared to explain sheep to yarn many times. Definitely. Yes, Carrie said they love trying it. I've seen so many, and it's a lot of times, for me, it's the kids that want to try. So then I might set them up to draft while I treadle, or vice versa, just do one part of it. Sabby said, I saw a video, a girl called it crotchet, and I got into a laughing fit. Rock said to Anne, can you use the same bobbins as on the other Lendrum? Rebecca said, maybe I'll order a drop spindle for people to try. I won't worry if it gets dinged and dented. I mean, you can even make some really simple ones with like toy wheels and stuff, that and a dowel and a little hook, so you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. Rock said, I can't imagine spinning fine enough with my regular Lendrum. I can spin fine on it, but maybe my skills just aren't there yet. You just need to get it, well, not just, but one of the things that you do need is you need to get it going super fast if you want to spin really fine. Elizabeth said, the Lendrum Saxony, my dream wheel. Anne said, Sarah, Milford is where Fiber Optic Yarns is, right? I have something to tell you, Elizabeth, too, that you asked about. Wind Therapy said, been a while since I caught a live. I can't behave and have several wheels. Our guild is doing several day demos at our fair. I'm grounded getting over COVID. Oh no. Glad you're getting over it though. Carrie said, yes, the kids love it. I keep the blending board out to demonstrate how it works, and then I use some I use those demonstration. That's a good idea. Roll legs with the demo spindle. When therapy says we take looms, spindles, and wheels. Wow. Lisa said, talk about pronunciation. After spinning during TDF with Eileen R through Zoom, I learned the UK pronunciation of a few sheep breeds and how their version is more appropriate than the US version. They can be a lot different. The breeds can be a lot different. I will tell you that much. I'm not sure what you mean by appropriate. Kate said, if the wheel is empty, you can also let people ply. That's a good idea. 2 colors, commercial yarn like red heart. I like the way you think, Kate. Because then if it's way overplied and you have to throw it out, you don't feel bad. Sarah said, yes, and fiber optic is right down the street from me. Oh, wow. Jet said, what finish is your Kromsky minstrel? I have one too. I bought it used. I believe it is just a clear finish. I didn't buy it used. It was never out of the box. But someone else owned it. It was pre-owned. But I think it's just a clear finish. Anne said, Rox, I have a Lendrum double treadle too. Even with the fast flyer, I can't spin. I did not know that about the Lendrum, you guys. I can't spin as fine on it as I can on my Saxony. The Saxony has a super fast flyer, 70-1. The bobbins are not interchangeable. I mean, I think you really had to get it going fast. That's the key, in my opinion. Because we can all learn how to draft just a few hairs at a time. But if you can't get the wheel going fast enough, it's going to drift apart on you. And you definitely don't want that with sock yarn. Hello, Rita. She said, better late than never. Erin said, Kate, that's how I let my daughter spin on my wheel. That's smart. Okay, so I was going to say that I wanted to answer Elizabeth. Elizabeth commented a while ago on something about, because I'm going to change my dye space. And she said, I hope you're getting your dream. My dream sold to someone else, so I'm not getting my dream, but I'm getting the next best thing. And I think I might be in it in like a week. There's 3 more steps that need to happen. One of them's happening on Tuesday, we think. One of them's happening next weekend, and hopefully the third one will happen like in between there. So it's exciting, but it's not that dream I talked about. It's a new dream. It's going to be great. Rock said, I think I need practice. I know you'll get there. I have no doubt about you in particular. Truly. Jet said, mine is in the clear too. Fun. Will you make any videos of you spinning on the minstrel? I have already. I can't tell you specifically off the top of my head, but I have. Lisa said, breeds developed in UK named for the area bred or by their markings. I thought Zwartbles was bred in the Netherlands. Is that not right? Carrie said, awesome, I'm so excited for you. Thanks. I'm so excited. It's going to be more convenient, I'll tell you that. It's less space than the dungeon, but it doesn't matter. I didn't use all that space. Lisa said, we butcher some of those names, changing the meaning. Oh. Oops. Let's see. Rebecca said to Lisa, that's cool. I knew about the Cheviot. I've heard both ways. I don't know the right way. Aw, Carrie, thanks. She said, you make beautiful fiber wherever you are, though. Elizabeth said, that's amazing. It's fun. Athena said, that's exciting, Trish. It has been very exciting. It's gone a little slower than we had hoped, but it's fine. I didn't feel like doing any dyeing this week anyway. Nyla said, what's the advantage of double drive? Anne said, I can't treadle. I'm gonna answer you, Nyla. Don't worry. I can't treadle fast enough on Scotch tension. I feel like I'm going to take off. The big wheel of the Saxony combined with double drive is so much easier. I can spin fine on my matchless too. I would always suggest a matchless, but I have not tried the one that Anne is suggesting. Oh, and maybe a corner. Linda said, have you done a video on spinning silk hankies? No, I was actually inspired by Kai's. I did film a little bit of it. It'll be like plugged into a different video. Rock said Zwartbles were originally from the Netherlands, but I bought some Zwartbles. I can't say it all the time. It's hard to say over and over. From an Irish Shepherd. I think the breed has survived from exporting sheep. Not an expert. Okay, yes, it's a Dutch breed. Okay. Okay, the I think the advantage with double drive is that you can adjust your tension extremely finely. So you can make the teeniest adjustments imaginable. That's what I think the biggest advantage is for me. There probably are other ones, but for me, that's the one that really sticks out. Jet said, do you run your menstrual with the polyband or the hemp band it comes with? I can't seem to get the hemp band to work. I actually use a linen band so it would be similar to the hemp band that I make myself. I don't remember if I even used the one it came with because I have, for double drive, I have a cone of linen yarn that works so well. It's just got the right amount of grip. So that's what I always use. And I run, if I can, I run everything with a double drive. Like, you know how like the Ashfords, some of them are convertible. Mine is convertible. I still use a double drive. If I can, I always use the double drive because I like being able to just very finely adjust the tension. Rita said, right now my wheels are single drive. Haven't tried double, maybe one day. Not everybody likes to do both, Rita. So if there's no reason why you have to. Lisa said, yes, Netherlands, but the UK pronounces it correctly where we don't usually. You said it pretty close to how Eileen says it. Well, I did grow up in Holland, Michigan. I'm joking. I did. I mean, you learn some Dutch if you live there. Athena said, I can't even spell it. You were close enough. Linda said, Jet, I use cotton yarn that you would use for dishcloths. It works great on my 2 minstrels. Oh, I haven't tried that. Jet said, I've learned that flax is also recommended for drive bands, but I haven't tried it yet. I don't think I got a poly band with mine, Jet. Just isn't working out. It's very floppy. Oh, Jet said, has anyone tried the Athena wheels? I have looked at them, but I haven't had a chance to try one. There's a used one for sale, and I'm not sure how I'll feel about the Scotch tension, but they're so cute. What, Rebecca? Which one? I did! Like, if you grow up in Holland, you learn some Dutch words, like some slang. Everyone speaks some Dutch there. That's crazy. Oh, about Prague. You mean Prague? Prague, is it Indiana? Minnesota. Prague in Minnesota? Athena said that. The Athena, yes. Have you looked them up, Athena? They're really cool. They're really cool. Oh, it's after 3, you guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna bake some zucchini muffins because we eat zucchini at every meal this time of year. I had zucchini fritters for breakfast. So I want to say before I go, thank you so much for all of you guys who were like respectful of my request to just like let me deal this week. The doors are open. I'm back. And but thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so glad you like it. We just made zucchini brownies this week twice, and they were amazing. I shared a bunch of them the first batch. So I had to make a second batch. Thanks. Thank you. There was no way I could have been here, honestly. I mean, I will probably never tell the story of what happened because I cannot relive it. My brain is already trying to make it into like a nightmare that didn't really happen. But I was in like straight up shock, like real shock, physical. It was crazy. And then I needed to take some time because I was not okay. So I love you guys. Thank you. I will see you. Well, there'll be video Tuesday, and then I think this week I'll probably try and squeeze in an extra live crafting time with you. So I love you guys. Have a great week.